because this coming summer, there's camps happening all throughout the North Peace and specifically through the city of Fort St. John. And as always, Fort St. John Rotary stepping up to give us a hand. So let's first talk about the summer camps, the kind of camps that happen. I know that you don't represent the city, but I mean, tell me a bit about some of the camps that people, parents can expect to see throughout the summer.
Yeah, I mean, every summer, the city of Fort St. John puts on amazing camps that any kids ages 5 to 10 can participate in. Lots of great fun activities, and their recreation department is top-notch. And it's just an amazing way for kids to get out and experience all the things that Fort St. John has to offer. And so, they're doing 4 different camps this summer. And we, as a Rotary Club, wanted to try and make sure that as many kids as possible could join in.
These camps are never free. There's always a cost. Sure. And that's kind of what we're talking about here, right? Is... not everybody starts the race from the same point. Some have a little harder time getting to that cost. Others, it seems like an unfathomable amount of money, but that's why Rotary is here. They want to make sure that all kids get the opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, 2025 has been a different experience for everybody, right? So you show up at the grocery store, you're showing up at the gas pump, and you're like, I have no extra money to be able to support my kids in doing something fun like this. And that can be hard for a lot of families. And, Rotary's known for giving back to the community. We're involved in a lot of initiatives. Anybody in the community sees our different fundraisers, Rib Fest, drive-through breakfast. The Morning Club just did this Color Me Run. Great fundraisers. But Rotarians personally give back, and that's what the camp sponsorship program is demonstrating. It's from Rotarians giving to the Rotary Foundation, and out of that we get a grant, and we said with that grant we want to support kids who otherwise couldn't go to camp.
Can you, maybe I should have asked this before we went on air, can we talk about how much the Rotarians give and the cost? Like, are we covering 50%, 25%, or the whole kit and caboodle?
Yeah, so we have, with the amount that we received through the grant, as well as the amount that Rotarians, our club personally is matching, we can support up to 20 kids. And so the idea is in the 4 camps, we'll sponsor 5 kids for each one of those weeks to be able to go all costs covered for that.
And we're hoping, I mean, we're talking 5 kids, 4 different camps, but we want 5 different kids per camp, so 20 kids in total. Now, one kid gets to go to all 4.
Yes.
So we're trying to spread this out as much as we possibly can. First off, let's do this. Let's put the challenge out there for anybody else who wants to help or wants to get in on this. How can anybody sponsor? If I said to you right now, Jared, I want to, and I can't. I'm not saying I will. I'm just hypothetically.
Am I holding you to this?
Yeah, 100%. If I said, Jared, I got $1,000 check. I want to help you guys out. Are you guys taking those types of donations? You
know, we absolutely would, because the more support we have, then it's a greater opportunity for us to expand that support. So we would be totally grateful for that if people wanted to, for sure.
Okay, you can write those checks out to Chris Walker's Circuit. No, sir. And we're talking about 20 kids. We're taking donations. How can parents apply? Because, I mean, unfortunately, we've got enough funding for 20 kids. The chances that there are going to be more than 20 kids who are interested are extremely high. So what's the process, and how can somebody apply for their kid to be included?
Yeah, so the best way, we have reached out to all the schools, all the administration, the principals at all the elementary schools are aware that we are providing this sponsorship, as well as a lot of the organizations in town that support people that are going through hard times. So Women's Resource Center, the Salvation Army, the Friendship Center, they are all aware of these camp sponsorships, and they can act as referrals. And so if you as a family are listening and thinking, hey, this would be really helpful, and you're connected to your school or any of these organizations, you can say, hey, I would like to put in an application for the Rotary sponsored summer camps, and they can do that. They can also just reach out through our Facebook page, and just find us on Facebook at Rotary FSJ. Send us a direct message with your information, and we'll follow up with you. But the most direct way would be free to get a referral through the schools or one of these supporting organizations.
And again, if you're out there and maybe your kid's letter didn't come home, or maybe you missed that newsletter or news blast that came out through the elementary school, whatever it might be, there are different ways that you can reach out and different ways that you can help. And not that I want to turn this into, like pushing you guys and your support, because I know that you have a great group, but there's always room for more at the Rotary table,
yes.
right? So if someone were interested in joining up in one of the Rotary clubs, because we just said, I think there's 3 now in town. There's a morning, there's an afternoon, there's an overarching Rotary. How can they reach out and get more information on maybe joining up for Rotary so they can help support, so they can help raise the money?
Yeah, so I'm part of the afternoon club that meets Thursdays, every Thursday at just after 12 for lunch. Yep. Over at the Ramada Hotel. And we welcome anybody who's interested in learning about Rotary, meeting some of the folks who are involved, understanding, why do we do what we do, to come and join us for a lunch. And I know the morning club, Wednesday mornings, I think it's 7, same hotel, Ramada, and they can show up there. And again, look us up on Facebook, put an inquiry in, but we love connecting with like-minded people in the community that want to give back, want to support, and make our community better.
And I mean, Rotary is, sure, it's responsible for the Color Me Run, for Rib Fest. You guys are going to be doing the Rotary Breakfast in September, I'm sure. And if you've been a part of this community for any period of time, you've heard the name. But there's so much more. Like there's the parks, there's the play structures. There's so many other things that Rotary does to make sure that this community is, to put bluntly, as amazing as it could be.
Yeah. And, it's an extension of Rotary International, right? It's an organization that operates around the world. And every Rotarian, they are personally involved. They give of themselves through finances, through time. And that's where, this camp sponsorship is a really great reflection of that. And when you have people who care in the community to give of themselves, it is only going to make the community better.
Can't wait for your guys' next event. Rib Fest, I believe, is the next big one, and I'm salivating thinking about it. Jared, is there anything else that we should go over specifically with these camps, with helping to raise money for these kids and helping to create a fun and safe summer for more Fort St. Johnians?
Yeah, I just always like to say thank you to our community for supporting groups like Rotary to do what we do. So we just share our thanks to the people of Fort St. John. And again, remind, if there are families that are interested, reach out. And we hope to see those camps filled with happy, smiley faces, experiencing all that Fort St. John has to offer this summer.
Couldn't agree more. Jared, thanks so much for coming in. Thanks for sharing. And thanks for all the work from Rotary and everything that you do for the community, man.
Absolutely. Thanks, Chris.
This community interview is supported by your Member of Parliament, Bob Zimmer. Stop by his office in Fort St. John at 9916